Hi everyone, we are here and excited to talk to you guys about the best movies that came out in 2023. And I'll be including the honorable mentions in this list as well that never made it to the top 10s. Because these movies are fun and really entertaining. Yes, this is going to be a fun day to talk about movies. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your top 10 best movies from 2023? I'd like to know. So let's get started with the honorable mentions. I chose the movie Fast X. I like the aspect of the story, due to with the whole brothers, long lost brothers. Jason Momoa was so wild but so entertaining. I like how he was, like due to the fact of how he is somehow related to Vin Diesel, his character as Dom. It was a fun movie. I liked it a lot because there's a fun elements of comedy and more action. Those two together, I like comedy and action together. And the other one I chose in this list is Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. To be fair, I actually had a great time watching this movie. Like, I like the elements of how this movie is involved, from the video game adaptation to into a big movie screen blockbuster movie. I used to play the games itself growing up, and I enjoy playing the RPG games, like in real life. It's a fun game to play. But when they put this into a movie, I like the Chris Pine as the main character. Cool character to see him in this movie. And even though I do own the movie in my collection. And the other one I chose is Bobby, that came out last year, and I was shocked by Margot Robbie's character arc as Bobby. I like her a lot, and as playing as Harley Quinn. Due to with her as Harley Quinn, she was so funny. But her as Bobby, it was somehow sweet and cute. Like I'm a big Will Ferrell fan. It was great to see him in this movie. This movie was by far a fun, wild movie. And the last one in the honorable mentions is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And to be fair, that I actually wanted to put this in the top tens, but I didn't. But there's so much movies in this list. Aquaman and Lost Kingdom was a fun film. I enjoyed the aspect of the character arc with Olam and Arthur Curry. Due to what happened with the events of the first Aquaman movie, since Olam was captured and somehow break free in this movie because Arthur Curry needs his help. I love how this movie was. And now we're kicking off in my top 10 best movies. As for number 10, I chose Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. With this movie, I love a great story arc, involving in the MCU. Like, this movie really takes out the whole aspect of Kang the Conqueror. I like him as a good villain because I like the actor as Jonathan Majors. And since now we can somehow get a new actor to play as King the Conqueror, like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, it brings in the whole different aspect of the multiverse, like how this whole Quantumania works. Like, I love how this whole story does involve with Ant-Man and Cassie Lang, like father and daughter. Like, actually was a fun film. Really entertaining too. I like the story, but it was fun as well. For my number 9 pick, I chose Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Um, I don't even have much to say about this movie because I've seen it maybe twice before. I like the story a little bit. It was funny because I like Billy Batson, and Zachary Levi played as Shazam. What a great fun choice with him because his character arc was so fun but really entertaining. We have Wonder Woman throughout the film itself. I think because she wants to recruit him to be in the next Justice League, since this whole DC movies has been rebooted with James Gunn, so we don't know what's going to happen for the DC universe. For kicking out for number 8, I chose Five Nights at Freddy's. I actually thought that this movie was really fun because I don't know the main story lore of this whole game. Like, I never played the games before because I watched my brother play it multiple times. From seeing this movie, I liked it. It was a fun movie. I loved the characters, but I was like not uh, seeing this movie because I never was a big fan of horror and thriller. But this movie itself is actually amazing. Like, I love how the story is, and the actors, but different actors as well. For my number 7 pick, I chose is The Flash. And I'm a big Flash fan, by the way, since I grew up watching the shows, enjoying the movies and the animated ones. For this movie, it's more about the Flashpoint paradox. It's like involving because since when Flash goes back in time, moving forward into the future, things can change. Like this movie itself was actually pretty decent. Like we have Supergirl in this movie. The biggest thing that I like from this movie, Michael Keaton as Batman. Now, it's one cool thing that I like from this movie. And for my number 6, I chose the movie Creed 3, and I'm a fan of boxing movies. Like, due to this whole movie was, like, I actually liked it a lot with Michael B. Jordan as a part of Creed's son. Seeing, like, how this movie is. Like, I love a good boxing movie. Jonathan Majors was actually one of the main antagonist character to charge the Creed since they were piston mates somehow, and somehow the Jonathan Majors got out and fought him in the at the Dodger Stadium. But it was a fun movie. I liked it a lot. It was a fun story. For my number 5 picks, yes, we are in my top 5s. For my number 5 pick, I chose the Super Mario Brothers movie. I actually adore this movie. I love the story. I enjoy the aspect of the animation that Illumination has done. Like, I love the voice actors as Chris Pratt voiced Mario and Charlie Day as well, like as Luigi. Like, great decent actors to voice over this big Nintendo characters, Mario and Luigi. But the biggest thing I did like from this movie was Jack Black as Bowser. I was like, dude, this is amazing. And I like this movie. It was so fun but really entertaining. For my number 4 pick, I chose John Wick Chapter 4. Like, I love a good action movie, like with all the still parts and like in the final act, the sword fighting was pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of gunfighting, a lot of sword fighting, and in the end, we don't know what's gonna happen. Will there be a John Wick Chapter 5 someday in the near future? We don't know. For my number 3rd pick, I chose Gran Turismo. When I first saw this movie, actually, since I actually bought the movie 2 months ago and watched it last month, I love this movie. It was a fun story. I love how it's involving with racing. Like, I like Ford vs. Ferrari. And with Gran Turismo, another racing movie, I actually did like this one. It was a fun movie as well. Like, I love David Harbour in this movie. Pretty fun. Really entertaining racing movie. I would definitely recommend everyone to check that movie out. And for my runner-up, for my number 2 pick, it is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. And yes, I enjoy this story. I love how they did with Miles Morales' character to bring in this whole new beyond of this whole film. I like how they did in this movie with Across the Spider Verse because they're gonna work on the next story beyond the Spider Verse. It might come out this year or maybe next year. So I cannot wait to see this movie will play out with the main villain Spot. It was a fun movie. I liked it a lot. For the number 1 pick I chose is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It was a great send-off with its main characters, like with Star-Lord's character. Like, it was a good send-off to let him go, but he will probably be coming back someday soon in the future for the MCU. Like, Kamala came back from what happened in Endgame. Like, I love how they did with the story. Like, the one big major thing I didn't like as much since Rocket. This is actually more Rocket's major story about him, his backstory, his flashbacks we see in this movie. Like, I like how this movie was because I was really entertained by this movie last year. As I saw the movie 3 times already last year, and I'm about to rewatch this movie over and over again to loving this movie. And that's why, even though Adam Warlock, Will Poteen that played him, great choice, by the way. Thank you, Marvel. And I have to say, everyone, thank you for coming into Bud's Real Reviews. If you guys enjoying my video still, just because this is my second video, you guys can subscribe to my channel down below for more videos to come. And if you want to be notified by my videos, be sure to hit that notification bell icon as well. Thank you all for coming into Bud's Real Reviews. Bye, everyone.